With YouTube demonetizing independent media, please consider becoming a patron today for just $1 per month. Link below. Netflix apparently has passed Disney to become the world's most valuable media company. Not too sure how much of this I actually believe, but apparently it at least was real. It says Netflix is the most valuable media company on the globe after it surpassed Disney's total valuation thanks to boosting stocks to record highs yesterday. It came as no surprise considering that the market people have been closely following the trend. Nevertheless, it's still welcome development for Reed Hastings and his team over at the Los Gatos-based entertainment company. Well, Netflix, I mean, considering the fact that 100 million plus users, all this new content they put out all the time, the $8 billion a year that they're spending this year in content, people like Netflix. People now enjoy it probably more than even going to the theaters. Going to the movies now has to be an event. It's one of the reasons why these particular films, like Avengers and Solo and Deadpool, they have to be somewhat of an event to get people to go a lot of times, at least in record numbers. And as a result of that, people turn to Netflix. So you can see why their stock would go up. You can see why their thing would go. So it says here, despite the snafu at Cannes 2018, which prohibited Netflix original movies to participate in the competition due to the ruling that requires them to be rolled out in French cinemas before they can be acknowledged as participants, Netflix continues to grow around the world, currently servicing 125 million paying subscribers as of April. The streaming company is in more than 190 countries. For the first quarter in 2018, the company had posted $3.7 billion in revenue and $290 million in net income, an impressive 63% increase from the previous year. So they're going up, and the more countries get them, and the more people adopt Netflix, and the more people become cord cutters, the more they're going to make in the long run. And that's what their overall strategy is. But now it says a report from Variety reveals that Netflix has officially passed Disney to become the world's most valuable media company for the first time. The streaming platform closed up 1.3% to $349 or about $349.29 per share, with a market cap of about $161 billion, while Disney's stock fell 0.07% or 0.7%, closing at $102 a share, resulting in $152 billion market cap. Just a day prior, Netflix surpassed Comcast's market cap. So here's my question. With Netflix doing as well as it's doing, are they going to put in a bid for Fox? Are they going to come out and be like, yo, dog, we'll offer you more money in shares? That's a thing, right? That's a thing. That's a big one. Now, ultimately, though, I think according to Variety here, because they kind of, they're the ones that reported on it, I do think things are a little bit different because there was an update here on Variety saying for just a few hours on Thursday, Netflix was the world's most valuable media company after its stock rallied again Thursday to record highs, pushing the video streaming leader's market capitalization against Giant for the first time. So, and then by the end of the day, Disney shares had recovered enough to nudge its market cap ahead of Netflix. So for a couple hours, Netflix was valued higher than Disney. But take a look here. You've got a share for Netflix at $349.29 a share, and then Disney is $102 per share. So in the long run, if these numbers maintain, Disney is going to end up losing out to Netflix. So this is I don't think oh, it's an interesting thing right now, but Netflix, if they continue going down the path, will probably end up taking over Disney in that regard. But then Disney, look, has got the parks and they've got the properties, and they're always going to be fine. These companies aren't hurting for money. It's very interesting an interesting conversation in my opinion about it. But it's good to see. I'm glad to see Netflix is taking on the big guys. Netflix to me has always been the type of company that I feel is, why did they get created? They got created because Reed Hastings hated late fees on movies, right? And started off as a rental service, ended up turning into a content creation company and working with big name talent to produce big budgeted content. I mean, Bright that came out last year was a $90 million feature. Martin Scorsese's Kill the Irishman is a $122 million feature. Michael Bay is doing a movie for Netflix. It's valued over $120 million in terms of its production budget. This is taking on the big dogs. This is taking on the studio system, and it's going to do some stuff to probably, revitalize to an extent Hollywood, at least I hope, because it's going to force them to take a look at where things are at, and how to be profitable again. And part of this has to come with the fact that there's so much money that's being spent that doesn't go anywhere and everything's a loss. And that could just be because of taxes or other kind of financial reasons. But I'm glad to see Netflix kind of stick it to the system. And it's a system that I think needs to definitely be, you know, definitely be, what's the word I want to use here? Man, it's good. I don't know. I like seeing the underdog. And that's what I'm happy to see.